TBISE, the best in sports entertainment. We're here live in partnership with say TNS Media Group as a team and the family. This is a disappointing, week for me. I want to start with the Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia Eagles, to me, we are in a place. We've been in a place for really all season. This place has been something that it's been real difficult to deal with. I know Eagles have been winning games. We look at the record. We're 8-3, top of the. Of course, going to win our division. We should win our division for sure, which is the NFC East. NFC, the conference, we still have a chance to win the conference as well. We're still in the race. We should have a first week bye, I believe. But all that stuff doesn't really matter to me, man. I'm looking at the Eagles as a whole right now. This past week versus the Dallas Cowboys. Eagles are a better team on paper. We have the best. You'll say we have better skilled players. Now we can argue about wide receiver. They do have Dallas has some good receivers. Keep it real. They have some good receivers. They have CD and they have Pickens. They do have some good receivers over there. But Eagles, now we just won a Super Bowl. We come back this season. Offense hasn't been doing anything, honestly. We haven't. There's I believe one or two games I believe we kind of said we had a good offensive output. The one game where AJ was gone and didn't play, we played fairly well. This past week showed signs of that we were back on track. 21-0 at the half. Defense holding, and then all of a sudden the second half comes. We have like 7 or 8 straight 3-and-outs. It's just terrible. The offense something needs to happen. I don't know what it is. I don't know what we're going to do in regards to the offense. But from where I'm sitting and looking at the actual Eagles right now, my concern level we 1 to 10, my concern level right now will be about a 7 or 8. I'll say a 7 right now. Reason being is because 11 games in, we're still right there, but now we have to play a Chicago Bears team. We have to play these other teams that are coming in. We have some big time matchups that are happening, and a lot of these teams are hot that we're going to play over the next few weeks, and our offense is still looking stagnant. We can't run the ball. Saquon, let's keep it real. Saquon is not doing what he was doing last year. Saquon is not, hitting the holes, not on duty. He's not doing his job. He's not. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the offensive line. I don't know what he's seeing out there. But I saw a few plays looking at some film. There were some times where he bounced the ball out where he should have just hit the hole not on duty and kind of took what was there. He did that a few times this week. Then the offensive line doesn't look really, really good at all. And then you look at Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts hasn't really performed, really well. He played fairly good in the first half. I got to give it to him. But I don't think that we should have lost that game. I think that we couldn't score another touchdown in the second half. We couldn't make a field goal. We couldn't get in a position to do anything. And now we did miss a field goal in the second half, but we couldn't get down there to get another field goal or touchdown. We couldn't do any of that with that offense, with them receivers, with that running back, with that offensive line. Oh, Lane Johnson was out. We couldn't get anything going. We couldn't do nothing against the Dallas Cowboys. They don't have the best defense in the league. So this leads me to believe that the Philadelphia Eagles are struggling offensively. Even the last two games before we played the Dallas Cowboys, we got a 10-7 win against Green Bay, and then another lowly win, low scoring output. I mean, we look at it and say, well, we held our the opposing team to a low scoring output, but we're not scoring any points. We're supposed to have the best offense in the league. Howie Roseman has invested a lot into us on defense and offense. So for us to lose this game with these weapons, with a good quarterback, we're supposed to have possibly the best quarterback. He threw one interception, and now you come into this week and we play like this. What's going on, man? I don't know. You guys gotta let me know. We aren't looking good at all. The Eagles are struggling a lot right now on offense. We cannot run the ball. We can't pass the ball. Nothing is working. I don't know. The play calling isn't there. We had some questionable calls by our head coach Sirianni. Now we made it out and won these games, but now these things are very, very questionable. Howie invested a lot of money and a lot of time into bringing these players in here, keeping the core players in place, but we cannot figure it out. Now, I don't want to panic too much. Now, I'm not going to panic and say, my worry meter is at 10, but I'm a little concerned because I look at the Eagles and their offense, and I look at what we have on defense, and it's like, we can't afford to waste this season. You have players like Nakobe Dean that may leave next year. We don't know. We have a lot of players that we got to figure out how we're going to keep them next season. We invested a lot of money into our offensive line, invested a lot of money into our running back, invested money into our quarterback a few years ago. We invested money into our receivers just this past offseason. So everybody got paid, but we have to play. It seems like, Hurts is not hitting Smitty. Not on duty. It's like we're not playing to our potential. Something is going on. And the quarterback, as much as I don't want to say it, the quarterback, in regards to running the offense and maintaining the offense, the quarterback is the person who gets the football to his skilled players. And Hurts, I'm sorry to say, but you're not doing your job. You haven't done it really all season. You had a few good games, but you're not playing to your potential. I don't know what it is, but it's something going on. We got to look at the tape. Let's look at the tape and see. But it's something going on that Hurts isn't playing to his level. Is he scared to throw interceptions? Is he scared to fumble the ball? Is he scared to? I don't know. But he hasn't played to his potential as of last year. Now, a lot of people are saying that there could be some arrogance there. Now, maybe there may be, or there may not be. But sometimes when you win or you have success, it can make a person arrogant. And then you throw on top of that money, you have money. It can make you arrogant. Now, could the Philadelphia Eagles fans, could we be worrying a lot? Because let's think about it. You look at the schedule coming into the season. This is the hardest schedule here. There's never been a team who won a Super Bowl who had a tougher schedule than the Philadelphia Eagles. All these different things that were being said. Now, 12 weeks in, now you look at it, we're 8-3. Are we panicking too much? 8-3 and atop our division. Now, the offense is struggling, but are we panicking out a little too much for 8-3 record right now after playing some really, really good teams? Let's keep it real. We beat teams that we beat the Rams. That's the team. They're number one in the conference. We beat them. So we beat Green Bay. Are we panicking a lot more than we should? We beat Dallas before. We did beat Dallas. Now we do have some more divisional games. We got the Redskins twice coming up. We got the Bears. We got, Buffalo. We have some big games that are coming up. But are we panicking a little too much right now? I know we want to look good going into the playoffs. The Eagles are a playoff team, which means we will have, if we continue to play the way we're playing, we will possibly either lose home field advantage or we will keep home field advantage. But if we keep home field advantage, I like our chances. But I don't want to say that we're probably panicking. Just a little bit more. I know that was a Super Bowl for the Dallas Cowboys because they won't sniff a Super Bowl this season. They may not even make the playoffs. Let's keep it real. But the Eagles is my concern. I think that we have to figure it out. And as fans, it's not always good to put your team down. Sometimes you got to rally behind your troops because they already have a lot of turmoil going on. You see A.J. Brown is in the media. You see Hurts is not answering questions properly. You see players are name dropping. They're saying that the team doesn't believe fully in Hurts and the team is a little concerned about Hurts. It's just all the different stuff going on within the locker room. This is an 8-3 team. 8-3. Let's keep only 3 losses, and we are sitting here like the season is over. I think as a Philadelphia Eagles fan, I'm going to say this. Let's be patient and see what happens. But it's okay to voice your concerns, but do not panic because we do have a good GM. We have a hell of an owner, hell of an organization, a hell of a GM. We have a very good head coach who's been to the Bowl twice. We have a Super Bowl MVP quarterback. We have 2 dynamic receivers. We have a great, probably the best running back in the league. We have a top 5 offensive line, maybe top 7, I should say, top 7 offensive line. And we do have a top 10 defense over the last few weeks. The defense has been playing lights out. We did give up 24 points this week, but think about it. There was a fumble that happened, on our end of the field. Multiple, there's a lot of things that happened that put our defense in a position where as though they could not capitalize. You give somebody the ball on the 10 or 15-yard line, and you can't expect the other team to score 9 times out of 10. But the Eagles, we're here. Let's recover. Let's get behind our troops. Let's see what we can do. But I think that our, the main issue is the offense needs to be fixed, needs to be corrected. There's something there that's going on that we have to figure it out, because we should be blowing these teams out. But I don't want to panic too much and say that we're out of this, well, because we're 8-3 for a season that everyone was saying was a very, very tough schedule. I don't think anyone predicted us to be 8-3 at this point. So we're 8-3. Of course, the offense is struggling, but we are still winning our division, and I think we're number 2 seed in the conference. So we'll see what happens in regards to this. With the Eagles, it's TBISE, the best in sports entertainment.